This is the Thrustmaster TSXW. It's the company's flagship wheelbase and has been ever since its release back in 2017. That being said, Fanatec has since released the CSL-DD, and many other manufacturers have begun to enter the mid to high range sim racing market. So that begs the question, is the Thrustmaster TSXW and equivalent TSPC still worth it in 2022, and how is it holding up to the competition? Let's find out. Starting off, I'll confidently say that the TSXW is a very solid mid-range wheelbase, and I say that with experience using wheels far more expensive and powerful than it. It's a belt-driven wheelbase with up to 6Nm of torque, which provides powerful, quick, and most importantly, detailed feedback to the driver. So while wheels such as the T150 and T829 do offer force feedback at far cheaper prices, they don't come close to the precision and capabilities of the TSXW and its equivalent TSPC. Real quick, the TSPC is essentially the exact same thing as the TSXW, except it only works with PC, whereas the TSXW works with Xbox and PC. So in essence, let's just get this out of the way. The TSXW and TSPC are very good mid-entry wheelbases. Now the question is, how do they stand up to the competition? And that's where things get a little bit shaky. You see, the TSXW retails for $400 as a standalone wheelbase, or $700 if you purchase the Sparco bundle, which includes the TSXW, Sparco P310 wheel, and T3PA pedals. So let's imagine you purchase the bundle. You would spend $700 for a 6Nm wheelbase, a good looking, high quality Alcantara wheel, and an okay pedal set. At $700 however, it now also has competition with Fanatec, who offers the GT-DD Pro, a 5Nm direct drive wheelbase with an okay pedal set and an interesting looking wheel if we're all being honest. Comparing the two directly, here are my thoughts. Although the TSXW offers 6Nm of torque as opposed to the 5Nm of torque offered by the GT-DD Pro wheelbase, the direct drive nature of the Fanatec offering would in theory provide a quieter, smoother, faster, and more precise in-game experience. I should note that I've never used a Fanatec wheelbase, but I feel that's a fair assessment which most would agree on, considering it is a direct drive wheelbase. So in terms of the wheelbase itself, I'll give Fanatec the point here. In terms of the wheel rim, Thrustmaster definitely takes the point here. First of all, look at the two and tell me which one looks better. Moreover, the Thrustmaster one comes wrapped in Alcantara as opposed to rubber and just looks like a more serious bit of gear considering its $700 price point. In terms of the pedals, it's close, but I'll give Fanatec the point here. Although the CSL pedals that come with the Fanatec bundle don't come with a clutch, they do come with Hall effect sensors, which are more reliable than the potentiometer sensors that come in the Thrustmaster pedals. The T3PA does of course come with all three pedals, so it does have the advantage in that regard. However, the main reason I'm giving Fanatec the point here is because of the build quality. The T3PA are primarily made from plastic as opposed to the all-metal build of the CSL pedals. So the Fanatec bundle seems to have the advantage, but of course there are other important things to consider. In terms of Fanatec, it'll be easier to upgrade. With an additional $150, the boost kit will give the wheelbase up to 8Nm of torque. Moreover, for an additional $140, you can add a load cell brake onto the pedal set. However, Thrustmaster products are more accessible. As opposed to Fanatec, who sells their products off only Fanatec.com, Thrustmaster is sold in dozens of places like Walmart, Target, Amazon, to name a few. This means it's a lot easier to get a hold of one, and as of the making of this video, you can't even pre-order the CSL-DD Pro bundle for at least a few months. Of course, there are also tons of other factors such as which company has the better ecosystem of wheels, pedals, accessories, which offers better warranties, customer support, shipping, prices, etc, etc, etc. So if you ask me, the TSXW and entry-level Fanatec direct drive bundles are close in terms of the pros and cons, and until I get to actually use a Fanatec DD Pro, I can't justify saying that one is better than the other. However, the main reason I would say to hold off on purchasing the TSXW or any Fanatec offering is because Thrustmaster have confirmed that they will be releasing a brand new flagship direct drive wheelbase later in 2022, and depending on the price, could knock both the TSXW as well as the CSL-DD out of the water. So until we know more about this new direct drive wheelbase being released by Thrustmaster, I would wait a few months if you're considering any type of big upgrade. So is Thrustmaster falling behind to the competition? Potentially, but this new direct drive wheel will be their big opportunity to make a comeback. Now let me know what you all think in the comments below. Is the Thrustmaster DD something you're looking forward to, or do you reckon it will be a bust? As always, thank you all for watching, stay safe, and have a fantastic rest of your day.